You think, Max? Good morning, everyone. Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is the 16th of June. It is Thursday, 2022. Right now it's very sunny out, which is nice. Gotta look at this garden again. So I gotta tell you guys. So somebody's like, "Oh, that's not asparagus." Yeah, that's asparagus. That's asparagus. So it's just very overgrown asparagus. A lot of new shoots are coming in here. You're seeing here, guys. Okay. A lot of new shoots. This is obviously one of the older ones. And so just wanted to show you that before we got into this video. But yes, this whole bed is asparagus. The game plan is to let the whole bed just get taken over. Nothing will be harvested this year. This is the second year for this asparagus. So next year would be the year that we could actually start harvesting some of the asparagus. Alright, so just letting you know that good soaking rain last night. It rained steady for quite a while, which was good. I gotta tell you the difference between being back in New York and being down in West Virginia. So down in West Virginia, I've had to deal with no mosquitoes in the meadow because there's just there's no standing water right around the meadow. Okay, here there's a lot of standing water. There's a pond over here. We got the spring behind the chicken coop, and so there's definitely standing water. So the mosquitoes, like last night, the mosquitoes were definitely out. It was funny. So all right, I want to get into this video. PG&E in California is undertaking an ambitious project where, and see, here's something that I have said for years. For years I've said this, okay? And so I never could understand why it wasn't done, this type of thing wasn't done before. Power lines, right? So a couple of years ago, if you guys remember, they had the people that came out and they had to cut back the trees off the power lines. So that was an all-summer type of job that they did because, the vines, the grapevines are growing up once again now already up here. That whole thing was all grapevines. They had to come in and cut that back. They had to cut back the trees because there was power outages because falling branches and limbs and all that type of thing. So PG&E out in California, and they're doing it more for the reason they're facing tremendous fines and everything else because of the wildfires that were sparked because of their transformers and stuff like that, right? So they plan on burying 10,000 miles of power lines. Now, again, this is something that I never got, that I didn't understand, because now you got your poles, you got your transformers, all that type of stuff. If you bury everything and have it all underground, you're not going to have the fire risk. You're not going to have, who cares if a tree falls down? It doesn't make any difference, right? But here's the cost. All right, you're going to love this one. So first of all, let me just tell you. So this year, PG&E is planning on doing 170 miles this year, but the plan is to do 10,000 miles. It's costing them $3.75 million per mile. So think about that. That's a ton of money. A ton of money. Oh, I was going to show you up here too. I don't think I showed you guys these peach trees yesterday, but there's peaches on these guys here. Really a lot on this one. I don't know if there's any on this one or not. Yeah, there's a couple on this one. This one doesn't have as many, but this one's got quite a few. So anyway, so 3.75 million miles per mile. Their goal is to do 170 miles this year. Ultimately, they plan on burying, 10,000 miles. So they're focusing on the areas where the wildfires are most affected. That's what they're doing. Okay, so definitely interesting to watch that. and to see them actually doing something about it. But who's going to pay for it, right? Let's talk about that. Who is going to pay for that? Well, of course, the customers are going to pay for that. There's rate increases and everything else, because no matter. See, here's what I want you to remember. So, like PG&E filed for bankruptcy protection in 2019, if you guys remember. All right. Well, PG&E is still in business. You still have to have the power company. So the rates for people in California, and so anybody that's a California viewer, please tell me if I'm wrong on this. They're going up, up, and up for the rates out there. Now, is it a smart thing to do to bury these power lines? I absolutely think so. I think it's a good thing, and it takes care of a lot of problems. Yeah, is it expensive? Absolutely, it's expensive. But again, there's not as much maintenance to worry about, wear and tear, because it's underground and it's protected and piping, and so that's a good thing. You no longer have the eyesore of utility poles and the wires everywhere. You won't have to worry about that anymore. So actually, I'm going to show you this over here. We'll take a look down through here. So this is how much they open things up. You can see they went wide on both sides here, right down through this area. But if they had dug this up and buried this, you bury it once, you let nature go back and take over the area. I think that's, to me, it's more appealing to the eye. Yeah, it's more expensive, but I think, you do it once and do it right, and then you're not chasing it again and again and again. You get a drunk driver comes up, hits the utility pole. Now the power's down. Utility company has to come out. They have to take care of that situation, and people are without power for an extended period of time. So just something to think about. Just wanted to share that with you. I thought it was quite interesting, and it is definitely something that needs to be paid attention to. It's good to see them actually doing something, making an effort to get that squared away. So that's a good thing as well. But really interesting, I thought. So I wanted to share that with you. Do you think, and here, well, I have a couple questions for you guys. Do you think it's a good idea for them to be burying the power lines? With it being that expensive and the cost being passed on to the consumers, would you be okay with those rate hikes to be able to facilitate that happening, if it would mean less, like in California's case, for example, less chances of forest fires? So those are the areas that they're focusing on right now, is the higher chance of wildfires and the areas that really dry out in California. So I think it's all really interesting. I think it's definitely something that needs to be paid attention to. Something that needs to be done. Like I said, again, if you get up in here in the Northeast, any northern state, with the very volatile winter weather that we have, you look at the ice storms. Okay, so I'm going to use this as an example. You look at the ice storms that happen all the time. So you have these poor linemen are away from their families for long periods of time. The power's down. Let's look down in like Louisiana, Texas, all those areas, Florida. When a major hurricane comes in, destroys everything, chews up the power lines, what do? They go right back in. They put the same exact thing in there again. Wouldn't it make more sense to one time eat the cost, do the project, bury everything, and so that way when the next storm comes in, the next hurricane, you're not having to worry about losing power. To me, it just makes more sense. And again, listen. Every time anything is going to happen, anytime anything is going to be done, it's always going to be passed on to the consumer. That's just a fact. But for For those of you that have lost power several times, especially during hurricane seasons or whatever other thing is going on, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. You ever hear that saying? So anyway, guys, I definitely want to hear your feedback on this. So real quick, I want to talk about my website, preppernurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse 1 community, which is a resource that we've set up for you guys to be able to connect with like-minded people. It is free to join, does not cost anything. There is, you do have to register, but again, no credit card information is asked. Once you're in, check out the message boards, look for people in your state or country. Also, we have on the website, we have the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. So once again, check them out. If you go to my website, preppernurse1.com, you will see the Forefathers logo. If you click on that, it will take you to the store within the website. Definitely take advantage of that as well. Also, on my website, we have the Legacy freeze-dried foods. So again, preppernurse1.com. Click on store, it will drop down, you will see Legacy Foods. You click on that, it will take you to the store within the website. 25-year shelf life, GMO free, gluten options available for people that need that. It is also vegetarian, but there are beef and chicken options that can be purchased separately. Alright, so definitely take advantage of that. Alright, so anyway guys, I'm going to jump off of here for now. And again, I hope everybody's having a great day. It's a beautiful day here again. There's supposed to be rain this afternoon, but that's, that's what happens. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we are going to be in much better shape. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right, I will talk to you all later. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.